Welcome to another edition of the CEO's blog. Thank you for joining us. And John, let's start talking about some of our young talent. They're definitely shining through this past week.
Certainly are. Newcastle last weekend, we had Joshy Gallagher doing a wonderful job there. He had multiple winners. Jack Callahan, he's a winner, and it was great to see Lily Hoskins win another race. Lily took a fall at Maitland, and sometimes that can be a little bit off-putting. The nerves set in and and what have you. But Lily's back, and it was really good, and it continued on, of course, at Menangle on Tuesday.
Yeah, most definitely. Cody Rockenberger drove a winner. Jason Grimson, Cameron Hart's unstoppable at the moment. So yeah, the young drivers are certainly stamping their mark. And
it's really great that trainers give these young drivers an opportunity. I know Shane Sanderson's solidly behind the concession drivers, and he gives Cameron Hart quite a few drives. Stevie Pike down there in the Riverina, he's wanting to get concession drivers series going, so he's doing his bit. But the ones that are really doing their bit are the Owners Association. Correct. And Michael Brown and Daniel Cordina, they're travelling around the state with Matty Young and young Blake Micallef. Getting them drives through that Owners Bonus series. So any trainer out there that wants to give a kid a go, they should think about them. They get a concession, of course, with their barrier draws with the horses or dropping down a grade. But with the Owners Association, these are two really bright young kids, talent coming forward, and they're not everywhere, but if you see an opportunity, certainly contact Michael Brown or Daniel Cordina, and they will help you out there. Yeah,
most definitely. Well, Maddie and Blake both competed in this year's Rising Stars series. Maddie won the series. And as for the Owners Association bonus scheme, that started last week.
It started last week. Yeah. Blake was a little bit unlucky. He was on a winner for sure. His father's horse in the last, but he got tipped out the race before and the steward stood him down. So plenty more opportunities, but as I say, trainers, owners, give these young people a bit of a chance.
Okay, let's talk about Breeders' Challenge.
Breeders' Challenge, yes. It's all happening here in New South Wales, and people should be keeping an eye on the fact that closing date is next Friday. So if you've got a horse eligible for the Breeders' Challenge and you haven't made a decision, next Friday's D-Day for that.
Yes, all right. So look out for that one. Yeah. Sometimes people call the Breeders' Crown the Breeders' Challenge sometimes and confuse that, but we've got the Breeders' Crown finals this Saturday night, and New South Wales is well represented there with Ignatius and co.
Yeah, it's Miss Streisand, and College Chapel, of course, is there. He's had a bit of a checkered run lately, but I'm sure Bernie Hewitt will have him on song for the big finals. They're Saturday night. They used to be on a Sunday afternoon, but they're Saturday night at Melton. And congratulations to Bernie, of course. 100 winners, first time in his, lengthy and very successful career, but it's been a stellar year for Bernie. He won the Gold Crown with College Chapel, and it's good to see him continuing on. And our three horses, Ignatius, Miss Streisand and College Chapel, well, hopefully they're all across the line first come Saturday night. Yeah,
well, talking about Bernie, he had a lot of success in the Breeders' Challenge series as well, especially the Blue Finals.
And he's been very strong. He's a master horseman with young horses. He selects well at the yearling sales, he breeds well, and owners give him horses. So, like I was talking about giving the young kids opportunities because they're our next lot of talent and they need to get that experience. Well, when you're looking for someone with experience, you've got Bernie Hewitt.
Yeah. Well, there was a few, talking about Centurions, we had a few reach the mark in the last couple of weeks. Along with Bernie, we had Robbie Morris was one, Chris Geary was another one. Kerry-Ann Turner's kicked well clear in the State Trainers Premiership as well. So it's nice to see more young talent shining through there.
And of course, we'll honour those people and all the rest of our industry winners at our awards night, 27th of October. People should be marking their calendar now and reserving that day, the Sofitel in Sydney, a great night, and it's an opportunity to acknowledge those high achievers in the sport, and we need high achievers, and we all should be supportive of them. So, 27th of October, Saturday night, place to be, Sofitel, Industry Awards night.
Okay, all right. Before that, John, let's talk about the Back to the Track government grants.
Well, they close next Monday, the 27th. All the clubs have been given the information of how to apply. You should come through Harness Racing New South Wales first with your idea. Certainly contact Kyle Maher or myself, and we'll help you in that respect. There are some guidelines there that we need to follow. It's not much use putting in an application that just doesn't quite hit the mark. So next Monday, certainly make that application.
What are some of the things clubs can do to hit that mark? What
Well,
are some of the...
it's about connecting with your local community. It's racing, of course, but it's connecting with your local community. And I was speaking to a young Tracy Robinson out at Broken Hill, and she's got some great ideas with connecting to the youth at Broken Hill. So we wait to see that application. I've been speaking to other clubs, of course, as well, and trying to give them a bit of guidance. But certainly it's grant money. Minister Paul Toole was quite open at the industry forum and saying there's grant money out there. Go and see your local member for other grants, but for this one, back to the track, come through Harness Racing New South Wales. We'll give you a lead and get that application in next Monday, 27th of August.
All right, another one to jot in your diaries. Okay, John, I think that wraps up this edition of the CEO's Blog.
Thank you, Amanda.
Well, thank you. Thanks for joining us again next week.